Hello, my loves. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and we are on day 43, the God Wants to Talk to You challenge. And do I want to say anything about this one before we read? No. You read and we contemplate, and then we read again. Dear God, what would you have me know today? Good morning, sweetest. Thank you for noticing the signs that I am sending you. Receive them with openness and curiosity. Don't worry about doing anything with them. Keep them in your mind and in your heart and ask to be shown more of the way when the time is right. I know you love to sing and I know you love to write. Do it. Sing and write and love it. Your joy is always the way. Your joy is how I show you the way. I wouldn't want you to do anything that you do not love. And I wouldn't create a world that doesn't have the potential for your utter enjoyment. My love, everything's going according to plan. Put down any last little worries you have and lean into your joy. This life of yours is so special and so precious. And in order to come to full fruition, it needs your full joy. Isn't that wonderful? The gateway to your greatest life is your greatest joy. All my love and joy, God. That's pretty straightforward. And I've heard this many times, that, the concept of this life is to be enjoyed. And Bashar says that we're supposed to follow our joy, but with no attachment to any potential outcome. That's not our business, basically. So our job is to follow our joy, take it as far as we can, and then see where the next piece leads us. It's like the life is guiding and refining where we're going, but the signal, like, okay, so from where I am now, what do I do now? Where's your joy? And Elizabeth Gilbert, in her brilliant book Big Magic, has a story where she's like, well, but what if joy is not available sometimes in our lives? We're just in a dark period of time, And she tells this story of, who was that? Like, either that person had like a huge success and then a project ended, and I think it was an artist, but it doesn't matter. And then they fell kind of like into like a dark, like, period of, like, I don't know, depression, but just like no purpose. They felt as if they had no purpose anymore. Or it was something like they got injured and couldn't do what they were doing before, something like that. But they just found themselves in a situation, in like a feeling of, "Oh, nothing makes sense anymore. I don't enjoy anything. I don't know what to do with myself." And then she tells the story of how the daughter of this person, I think it was a man, got a bike, or something happened with that bike, and it needed to be painted. And because I don't know, the bike needed to be painted, whatever, doesn't matter why. Um, and then she said, I would like it to be blue, but with like little stars on it. And so the dad, because he just didn't know what else to do with his life currently at that time, it's like, all right, I'll take the time. Like, of course, I'll do it. And so he painted the bike uh, as his daughter had wished. And and then he painted all the stars on the bike. And then at some point, this bike was finally finished, and his daughter took that bike to school. And then all the children found it so beautiful. And then one after the other, they brought their bike to the dad. And and the dad painted one bike after the other. And in this little service, even, giving someone else joy, gifting someone else joy, that's where he found his own joy again and his own purpose, even. And she says, like, you know, looking for the purpose of our lives. That's such a huge undertaking to even call it that. If we just, we're just starting to walk, and we're beginning this journey, and we're trying to figure out and whatnot, and like, what is it that I'm supposed to do? It's as if we're trying to zoom ourselves to the last moments of our lives where we can actually look back to a full and rich, so nuanced life, and then ask ourselves in that very last moments that, like, so what was this life about? What was the purpose of this life? And then at that moment in the future, we have lived the whole life. So we could probably, think for a moment and kind of find like a headline. But even then, even in the very last moments of our lives, it's probably not just a headline. Our purpose is probably not just that one big thing. And so in this book, Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert says, don't, ask for the purpose. Don't ask for that huge answer. Follow your curiosity. What are you curious about right now? And if that seems to kind of be like so random, like, what, that doesn't even make sense, like in the big picture of my life, in the big picture of the life that you know right now. And also everything that's being sent to us will play out and make sense at some point in our life. And we can choose to trust that, choose to believe that, or we can live our life and constantly worry and doubt why that is now in our lives, and how this is supposed to make sense, and how this is going to pay off. But what is the quality of life that we're creating with an attitude like that? Not ideal. And so it is not about the thing we do. It is about the person we're being, the experience that we have of ourselves in that moment, how we experience ourselves and our life, moment to moment to moment, day by day by day, conversation by conversation by conversation. It's the underlying energy, my God, look at this life. I'm so grateful, and I just want to enjoy this. I trust that it's already playing out exactly how it's supposed to. And I trust that as I live, continue to live, in hindsight, more and more of the things will make sense. Or do I live my life and constantly worry about doing things right, doing things wrong, missing something, making a wrong decision? And this is yesterday's letter, and the letter from today I'll read next in the next video. There is the theme of the concept, the illusion of wrong in an abundant universe where there's only plus, there's only a gift, gift after gift after gift. There's only evolution, only learning. There cannot be anything wrong. Wrong only exists when we kind of like press down the concept of time onto our experience, onto our reality. But if we free ourselves from that and move through our life as God moves through our life, which is outside time and space, we're constantly inside the eternal now. And as the eternal now, we're moving and we experience life. And nothing before the now exists or is relevant, and nothing of the future even is here yet. And so inside the eternal now, there's nothing wrong, because why would you even label something wrong? Because it's just a new starting point. And from here we build. And all the rest before is deleted. Like we have no memory of it. And then the next moment is the next new starting point. And from here we build. But it's all a gift. It is all already beautiful. It is all already a reason to be so grateful. And yes, we fine tune and we refine and we evolve and, make it even more beautiful. But there's nothing wrong. But let's not talk about today's letter. Let's stay with this one. Okay, let's see. I think we got it. Yep. All right, let's read again. Dear God, what would you have me know today? Good morning, sweetest. Thank you for noticing the signs that I am sending you. Receive them with openness and curiosity. Don't worry about doing anything with them. Keep them in your mind and in your heart, and ask to be shown more of the way when the time is right. I know you love to sing, and I know you love to write. Do it. Sing and write and love it. Your joy is always the way. Your joy is how I show you the way. I wouldn't want you to do anything that you do not love. And I wouldn't create a world that doesn't have the potential for your utter enjoyment. My love, everything is going according to plan. Put down any last little worries you have and lean into your joy. This life of yours is so special and so precious. And in order to come to full fruition, it needs your full joy. Isn't that wonderful? The gateway to your greatest life is your greatest joy. All my love and joy, God. All right, my loves. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Mwah!